My name is Christine Schliesser. I'm with the Protestant Church in Switzerland. I'm a senior lecturer for systematic theology and ethics at Zurich University, and I'm director of studies at the Ecumenical Center for Faith and Society at Fribourg University in Switzerland.
So could you please explain to us what is Pathways to Peace and why is it important for the European churches?
Pathways to Peace is a new exciting initiative by CEC, Conference of European Churches, and it rests on three pillars, so to speak. We can maybe name these pillars people, buildings, and theology. So the first pillar is the networking. We try to connect with church leaders, with church communities, with people on the ground in Ukraine, trying to build a strong network of trust, of friendship, of relationships, to create spaces where talks about peace and reconciliation is even possible. So that's the first pillar. The second pillar is the focus on buildings. So we create awareness of destructed church buildings, and we know how churches, how places of worship, how they are so deeply significant for the people who worship there. So when we talk about rebuilding Ukraine, we make sure that these places of worship are not being forgotten. And the third pillar, that is the theology behind everything, that is we debate, we create and discuss a new understanding of what actually just peace means. And in my own context, which is the German-speaking context, I know there have been intense debates about this concept of just peace. And I very much disagree with the voices who spoke up very shortly after Russia invaded Ukraine, now almost 2 years ago, who spoke up and said, oh, we have all been so naive, we have to rethink our Christian peace ethics, it doesn't work out like that. And I'm asking myself, and I'm asking these voices, whenever was there a time in our history where our Christian peace ethos has not been countercultural, has not been counterintuitive? So I think our Christian peace ethics is meant exactly for times like these.
What inspires you to be part of Pathways to Peace project, and why is it important, for example, for your own church?
Coming from Switzerland, I think the Swiss churches have a tradition within the country also to be engaged for peace works, for reconciliation work. And it's very much at the heart of not only my church, but also of myself, to be engaged for peace and reconciliation. And I know reconciliation is a contested term now, because you might ask, how is it even possible to speak of reconciliation now, when there's still the war going on, when the bombs are still falling, when people are being killed? But then, I think as Christians, we are called to be ambassadors for reconciliation. And not only in safe times when everything is nice and easy, but we are called to be ambassadors of reconciliation and witnesses to peace exactly in times like these.
We know that the consequences of the war in Ukraine are devastating. There's lots of human suffering, there's lots of destruction. Amid all of this that our Ukrainian brothers and sisters are going through, where do you see hope as a Christian?
Again, I would say our Christian hope is counterintuitive. If we look at the situation now, I as someone who is not even, affected existentially, I find it hard not to despair. And this is exactly where our Christian hope comes in. Our hope is founded, it has deep roots. Our hope is not naive optimism that everything will be good eventually. I don't believe in naive optimism, but I believe in solid hope that is rooted in the resurrection of Christ that conquers death. Yes, we do take death and suffering seriously, but we refuse to allow death to have the final word on us.